We're back. Hello, everyone. Hello, Dave.
Hello.
So let's venture on into Ulasil.
Yeah, we're actually going to go ahead and level up this 1 point into Vitality.
Vitalitois.
Yes, and we're going to carry on into the Ulasil Township.
Which was built on a cliff. Well, actually, I don't know if it was built into the cliff or if it crumbled into that crevasse. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to.
built along a lot of cliffs down there. And we can hear something menacing. Oh, look, it's our second new enemy type. Or I guess third if you count the stone guys.
It was the first real new one.
Yeah.
These ones aren't just reskins of
No, yeah, these
Darkroot
are
Basin enemies.
new models.
So these are the former inhabitants of Ulasil who seem to have been corrupted by something, likely the Abyss. As we saw, the boss Dave just beat Artorias was also Abyss corrupted. These guys have little, like, hive head things. They're not too tough to fight, just be careful because they've got long arms and they hurt, but...
Yeah, they have a lot of damage packed into them. So just be aware.
Also, like the rest of the game, the edges you can roll off of, so...
Actually, hold on, I'm gonna check something. Do we have a magic slot? We do. Did we get... We did not. So actually we're going to warp back to the Ulasil Sanctuary and purchase a sorcery that's going to come in handy later. As we mentioned earlier, the Ulasil type of magic is not actually offensively based. It's really much more based around deception or utility. And this is actually built into their community, I guess, or their architecture. So we're going to purchase the Cast Light spell.
May the flames guide.
And this spell will be used to reveal secret passageways.
Yes, this game, there are secret passages here that are only revealed by having the Cast Light spell active.
Unless, if you've already done the Izali thing and have the
May the flame.
Sunlight Maggot headgear, that will reveal them, and also I think the Skull Lanterns
Yes.
reveal it as well. Just the point is you need a light source. But since we have neither of those things I just mentioned, we're going to get
the Cast Light.
Cast Light.
Which is going to be useful later on when we get to an area that's quite dark. Hopefully we've got enough. No, we don't have the stats to use it. We need 14. How much do we have? 11. We need 3 more intelligence. Hold on. Let me see what we can do here.
Boy, you need a lot of. You need 90,000 souls.
Hold on. Let me just get a few here. It's okay, we've got a lot of boss souls we're never going to use.
What? You'll never get the Chaos Blade.
I sure won't.
It's a great katana that kills you.
It's not the worst. I guess we're probably never going to make Ornstein's spear, so I might as well use that one.
Poor Ornstein.
Okay, let's see what we can do here. Actually, do we have enough yet?
That might be enough.
It is not. We are 1 point short.
Should go find You still have those little normal night souls, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna pop a bunch of them. Yeah, this is probably the most effective way of using a lot of the same type of soul at once, is to just put it on your, like, quick inventory, and then just hammer that X button as hard as you can.
Right. That might be enough. How many did you need?
Let me see. Yeah,
You should go find Gavlan and sell your stuff for souls.
I should. In this game, you can give your stuff to Kingseeker Framped
Framped!
if he's not mad at you.
But he might be mad at us.
He's mad at us. Alright, so now we're good. Now we've got the Cast Light spell available, which will allow us to...
So once more into the breach
Yes.
we go.
And I didn't mean to grab all 4 of these guys at once, but we'll make do.
Well, it happens.
Happens to the best of us. Luckily, Black Knight Halberd's still OP, even in the DLC area.
That's one thing they just haven't ever fixed.
Yep. And these enemies actually are really good at dropping large Titanite shards. So if you need some for upgrading your equipment and you somehow haven't found enough by the time you get here, these guys are excellent for it. And here we see another elevator shaft, which indicates this is probably another shortcut area. That we
May it be? Who knows? Maybe GameFAQs could tell us.
Yep, and in fact, if we actually look down, we can see where we're headed. We just do a really big loop here and circle all
Yeah,
the
that's,
way
again, the
around.
cool thing about Dark Souls is pretty much everything you see, you get to go explore.
Yeah.
Like, way down at the bottom, we're going to be there, in those buildings
Yeah.
down there.
And now we're going to run into the second new enemy. Whoa, and almost die. Which is the caster version of these strange pumpkin-headed creatures, who do a lot of damage, as you can see.
Yep. So as you're playing this, you want to target them first and knock them out
Yes,
as fast as you can, because they hurt.
They use a new type of magic not seen before in the game that was released specifically with the DLC, which is sort of a humanity-based magic. Whereas
Yeah, it's
the
sort of
other-
like a dark magic thing.
Yeah. Whereas most of the sorcery in the game, really all of it, is based around the soul arts, using the power of souls to create sorcerer's power. The black magic in this area is based around using humanity, which gives it a bit of a different flavor. The black magic actually does physical damage as opposed to magic damage, and I just rolled off a cliff.
Well, you'll have that.
You will have that, especially if you're me. And the because it does physical damage, unlike a lot of the other magical attacks that you'll encounter in this game, black magic does really high stamina damage if you block it, and it makes it very difficult to defend against it. Even if you have like a shield that specifically blocks magic damage, well, as I said, that really won't help you since it deals physical damage. And it'll eat through your stamina very quickly, possibly leading you to get a guard break, which nobody wants to deal with.
Those ain't fun.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind when you're dealing with the caster enemies in this area, is that their magic's a little different than what we're used to, and it can potentially throw you for a loop if you're not prepared for it.
And also, in this area, we will find those sort of dark hex magic spells.
Yes.
So if you are a sorcerer, these will be added weapons for your arsenal.
Yes, we will be able to find pretty much all, like a full complement of the different types of dark magic in the area.
Again, we're melees, it's not really, it doesn't matter for us, but
Yeah, the only spell that we're going to be casting is this Cast Light. And then only because, for the sake of really opening up some shortcuts and secret areas, and not necessarily for its magical properties. Alright, so if you win your way down here, you'll see there's-
and don't fall off.
Yeah, don't fall off, that's important. Over here you're gonna have to roll yourself over here a bit. Ugh, God, this roll is so bad. And over here, down this little way, we'll see a little commentary. This is actually a developer message, not a player message, so that it will always be here even if you're playing offline, that says "Let there be light," as a hint that maybe you should use the Cast Light Miracle.
Mayhaps.
And if you use it and stand in this area, then a door will appear.
And an enemy just fell off.
Yep.
Well, 20 seconds ago.
And inside there is a chest that we can open up and get the silver pendant. And the silver pendant is actually a
Very useful
item.
For a later boss fight.
Yes. It is one of the very few items in the game that's actually sort of a boss-specific item. It's probably the only one.
Well, I mean, you need the Abyss Ring to fight the Four Kings. That's sort of the closest
Yes, it's true.
thing to that.
And so what what the silver pendant does is that if you put it on your quick bar, like it's done for itself right here, and then if you use it, it creates a little shield around you for just a second or so that deflects all dark magic. And this is extremely useful in the upcoming boss fight, well, upcoming in a little bit, where the boss will use several attacks that create large zones of dark magic that are difficult to dodge. This will provide a way for us to avoid any damage by creating this little protection field around us.
Or you could just dodge it.
Or you could just dodge it. If you're good, you know.
Well, it was, when I played the game, I didn't realize you could use that pendant for that, and so I found Manus difficult.
Yeah.
And I learned myself to dodge.
And so here are two chests that are empty, and here we get Dark Orb, our very first of the dark black.
And that's the one that
magics.
we've seen the witches using. It's
Yes.
like a sort of orb.
And this
arrow
is just
attack.
a way to fall down and die.
Well, there's plenty of those.
Yeah. And then over here we have another enemy that drops a carving. And these are another new item in the game. These are... It's probably on my bar. No, it's not. These are items that you can put on your bar that... They're actually a consumable item, so there's a way to get more than later. That they all have a phrase attached to them. This one is the I'm sorry carving. And if you use it,
I'm sorry.
it will crack on the ground and say, sort of, the phrase attached to it. Sort of in like an old style Mac voiceover sort of voice. And we'll later meet the character who creates these, but for right now, all we really need to mention is that they were probably put in by the developers as a way for us to communicate with our fellow players when we are either co-oping and beating bosses with them, or when we
dueling.
are dueling. So yeah, so we'll find others besides the I'm sorry. And these, of course, very quickly became the favorite of trolls everywhere.
Trolls love their toys.
Yes. So now we've explored this little side area. The most important thing to collect, as I've said, is the silver pendant. And now we're ready to head back and continue along the main pathway, which is down these stairs. And now, as you can see, we're crossing over this bridge that we saw back up there. That's going to take us to the other side of this chasm. Or, well, there's the bridge. We're heading still.
The chasm.
Yes. And here's a chest, and if we look at the... Oh, they actually obscure the chain here to throw you off, but this is in fact a mimic.
Why didn't we get invaded by Chester? Oh, you're... Oh, never mind, you're...
Because I died and didn't revive.
Well, if you're human around that area a little bit further up, Chester, whom we spoke to earlier, invades.
Yes, he will invade, and he will use
A super cool
a
crossbow.
very annoying crossbow called the Avalon. That's sort of a rapid-fire crossbow that will hit you multiple times and stagger you very often. And he actually gets mad if you go back and confront him about it. And also, right here, there is a crystal lizard that spawns right here. But unless you go back around and catch it in a certain position, it will always run away. You have to sort of sneak up on this crystal lizard because it always sees you before you see it.
It's a cool little roof you climb down to.
Yep.
A lot of items there.
Yep.
And you could see where we were. See, it's all very cool. Very.
Oh,
If
and then there's...
only this were Dark Souls 2. What happened? I'm still not there yet.
Oh, that was a comedy of errors.
I didn't see it yet.
Well, you'll see it in a second.
I saw it.
Yeah, so that's another aspect of the darkness magic, in that it actually staggers much more easily than the regular sorcery.
Yep.
But
A lot of
this did-
stumbling back.
Yeah, and then just getting pushed off. But this does give us the opportunity to turn human so that we can get invaded by our good friend Chester.
Hopefully only Chester.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, I don't know. This game's old. Maybe there won't be many trolls out.
Maybe.
They're out trolling the DS2 crowd.
And, yeah, I know, there's really probably not a lot of active PvPers left in this game. Although, when we were in Anor Londo, I got invaded all over the place by those,
Well, because you kept killing innocent people.
what innocent people?
Well, Guinevere's illusion.
I don't know what innocent people I killed.
You killed the illusion of Guinevere.
Well, I don't know if that counts as a, I don't know if that counts as an innocent that I killed.
I mean, would an evil person have a bust that large?
Yes.
Name one busty evil person.
There we go. And I actually don't know, does he come in behind us? Yes, he does.
He does, yeah. Dodge all the Uras.
And then he just got chain stunned by the Black Knight Halberd and dead. Because this weapon really is not
It's
fair.
good against computer enemies.
Yeah, and it does get a significant nerf in Dark Souls 2, so no worries there.
Poor marvelous Chester.
Yep, so anyway, we missed that Crystal Lizard again, and then here's my stain.
Story of our life.
I know, oh well.
Missing all the crystal
We don't
lizards.
have any particular items that we need from it right now, so... Alright, let's try this again. Normally the way that you jump in this game is by holding down the run button and then tapping it again while you're running. Obviously that's not what I want to do here, and is in fact what you saw me do last time. I want to actually roll. And the way that you can do that while running is if you hold the block button and run, even if you are running and you tap it, then the block button will still make you dodge, like you just saw there. So that's a good way to make sure that you dodge instead of jump, if dodging is what you're trying to do, and running. So, pro tip of the day. And so now we're entering this building.
Well, in 20 seconds.
Man, you're really far behind.
Yep. You just killed the sorceress now.
Okay, well, you're not that far behind.
So now a lot of what we've done so far has been running around the outskirts. Now we're going to really explore the inner workings of one building, one big building.
Yes.
And again, a lot of that goo. I
Yes.
wonder if it's abyss goo.
This strange abyss goo. And this particular room right here can be very dangerous. There are a lot of enemies in here, including several sorcerers. And if you don't take stock of where you are and be very careful about who you aggro, you can end up getting way too many enemies after you at once.
They can start wailing on you. If you have any sort of range, like bow and arrows, it also makes it easier because you can draw them at you with that. And if you're new to the game, you sort of don't want to go charging down there.
Yeah. Yeah, this is actually a great place to use ranged attacks if you happen to have them, because as you see, there's a whole lot of enemies over here.
Yep.
And I'm going to try to draw just a few of them out at a time. Normally you can only get two. You really can't get only one at a time, but with two you're probably okay. And then out here is actually a dead end, but we can find the soul of a hero, which is always welcome.
The soul of a hero.
And then up there we see another of the sorcerers, which we don't want to fool with right now. So we're actually going to...
Right, but again, if you have range, you could conceivably kill that.
Yes, so we're going to head
No.
up this way, which is going to take us up into the rafters and the upper floor.
Where did the people from Ulasil, like, farm?
I don't know. I guess the Royal Wood, probably.
But that didn't look like really an agricultural base.
I don't know. I mean, it had
And then their city is just on the cliffside.
peasants with pitchforks. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of agriculture one way or the other.
Yeah, Lordran in general is. I wonder
Yep.
what people ate.
So, yeah, as you saw, I put the light spell back on, and it opens up this door. This is the second hidden door that the light spell will find for you, which allows you to come over here to another chest, which contains a red Titanite chunk.
That's useful for some
As far
things.
as I know, not anything else. Although it does allow you to... Whoop. And then this loops us back to where we were at the beginning, when I first came into this room. Yeah. There's a few other things up here we need to get, but yeah, so that's the second secret that the light spell will find you. Is there another? I can't recall.
I think that might be it, but I'm not sure. There might be one more.
So yeah, for all of the talk about having the light spell out, it's really only good for two things, and only one of them's important.
Well, it's still cool to have.
Oh yeah, let me see here. Yeah, if instead of going that way you go this way, nothing happens, never mind. It's over here where you actually have to make a jump onto this balcony.
Yeah, don't just roll onto that.
Yeah.
You have to
and
do the running.
That's a mimic, so I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to go ahead and clear this guy out after he gets a free hit at me.
It's very sporting of you.
Yep, and now this mimic is actually very important. This one contains an important key that we will use later on. So this is definitely a place you need to go and get the crest key, which will open up a door that we have passed, but we'll come back to.
Right. And without, you need this to beat the Calamite boss.
Yes, who is an optional boss in this DLC, but one that you absolutely should fight because he's awesome.
And it tests your might.
Yes. And, but you need to find this key to do it. And if you go over here, let's see. You can drop down here, and I believe there is an item, yep, right here. which is a twin humanities, which really isn't quite worth it, but now you know, and knowing's half the battle. And then you drop down here,
And we're back.
and we're back to... And we're actually further forward than we were. This is the other side of that room that we kept seeing, the big room. So that allows us to bypass the last part of it, although we are going to go back in and get a Dark Fog, which is another one of the spells. And I forgot how you get up there.
I think it's, wasn't there like a hidden door near the fireplace up there, or am I making that up?
Maybe you're right. Let's go investigate.
Don't quote me on that, but I think there was something like
yeah,
that.
I know that there is a way to get up there, but...
I think it was up on that upper story fireplace. I'm not 100% sure, but I think. Or was there another staircase? No. I don't know.
Boy, it's been a long time.
It looks like it's Zelda and you have a little Navi on your head. Hey, listen! I don't think Navi would do very well in a Dark Souls world.
Probably not. I don't
She can
think...
get taken out pretty fast.
Yeah.
Link would do pretty well. I feel like the hookshot and stuff would be useful, and
Yeah, I think he's got the resourcefulness. Oh, right, there's a ladder right here. There we go. And of course... Yes, those guys can also cast a spell that poisons you, because of course they can. So I'm gonna fall off right here. And we're gonna go in here, and I'm not particularly worried about our Estus situation, because right up here, amid all this blue goo, there is an elevator. Oh my god!
wait till I get there. What happened? I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh my god, okay then.
What happened? Oh, Dave, why? Dave, why?